Is that thing recording? Is that what that is? Give me a one if you can hear me. I can see the chart here. Huh. There we go. All right then. Shalom. Welcome. Thank you. Somebody, let me see. Brother Jose. Thank you, JM, for the super staker. Thank you so much. We will begin, brethren. We have a lot of stuff going on. We have things are accelerating quite fast. Okay, things are moving excruciatingly fast. Not in a good way for a group of people, but nonetheless, things are moving rapidly. And this group of people have no answer to the questions that are out there. First question first. What's going on? Why I am not raptured yet? Or better yet, why I'm not being raptured? Why is it not happening to those people? Why is it happening to us? 100,000, more than 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers or no more, over 3 to 400,000 are wounded. You see, back then, wars used to be fought with minimal casualty. Not this time. Not this time, baby. Uh-uh. 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 Not this time. This time, things are moving way faster and better because you're not in your blessing. All praises to the Most High. Welcome, shalom, beloved. Please give me a one if you can hear me and see me. Well, to the Zodiacites out there, lend us your strength. I am waiting on a very important phone call. You will have to forgive me when this happens. I may have to leave the podcast early so I can take care of that. As I'm advancing in age, my eyes are starting to failing me. What's going on here? Is that thing recording? Is that what that is? What's going on here? I got like 75 people here. Please click the like button. For that, algorithm or whatever. Now, YouTube sent me something they call handles. Anybody aware of that? Something called handles. Anybody aware of their handles? It's like a handle thing. I don't know. At Big Levi. My handle is at Big Levi 12. Is that what that is? Just in case if you want to just in case if you want. I don't know what that thing is for. So far, I don't know yet. I'm loving those things, man. I'm starting to loving them. That's the fifth pentacle of Mercury, and this is the pentacle you need to get if you're a writer. This is very good. And above all, this one is my favorite. This one gives you knowledge of all things if it's consecrated properly. Well, you have to be an inside temple for this thing to work. That's the five pentacle of Kokav. To the Kokavites, one of my favorite planets is Kokav because there's so much intelligence on this. Huh? Oh, she's not done. Okay, all right then. Beloved, we are going to study Cancer today. The 30 principle of Cancer. I understand if there's any Cancer in the midst, This is for you. This is what you're going to know. This is what you're going to find out that is in your house. Well, first thing first, the first thing to find out is who you are. Once you know you're a child of the light, okay, a Hebrew Israelite, so to speak, okay, and then you're gonna find out what work with you. Find out your guardian angel, find out your demon, and you find out like what you are, what influenced you, what day you were born, and then the day that's what you are. And then you see your house. Now you're gonna know what's in your house, and then when your house is there, and when the planet that rule your house, where is he? What's going on? Where is going? How has it affected you? Things like that. The moon and things like that. Those things they take years to master. They take years. They take time to understand, and literally years to master. So it's gonna take some time for you to kind of like understand what's going on. Now, beloved, we will begin once we have 100 people here. We have 97, 98. We will begin to read once we have 100 people. And boy, nah, I don't know. Let me give it 10 more minutes for this. So, Cancer, probably one of the best sign to be out there is Cancer. Why? Because Cancer, their thing is ruled with the moon. If you are a Cancer, you will and a time it take me as an Aries for my planet, my Dim, to travel through the 12 signs. If you take me 12 years, oh well, not 12 years, how long you take my Dim to travel in the 12th house? Probably a year. No, not a year. More than that, 6 months, a year, or whatever that is. But worse, let's say Shabbatai. It took Shabbatai 12 years, I believe, to travel through to each of the zodiac, if I'm not mistaken. 12 years in total. Jupiter, Zodiac, yeah, Zodiac. 12 years for Zodiac, 1 year in each house. So while a Zodiacite have to wait a year, 12 years for his planet to come back in his house, you don't have to. All you have to do is every month. If you are a Cancer, every single month the moon go into Cancer. If you're a Cancer, keep your eye when the moon is full in Cancer, when the new moon is in Cancer. Okay, full moon, new moon, you should do your research ahead of time and know, damn, the full moon gonna be in Cancer in 2023 in December and January. You do your thing. Okay. All right. So yes, a lot's going on. So you can better study yourself, prepare certain things. Right now, at this point, right now, the nation should make big move, man. Big move that you made before, but you failed. Test them right now, especially after the bath. The bath we're gonna do in December. That's going to seal it because it took a cycle of 1 year for those things to properly get, and then it's like a business. After 2-3 years, you're going to see massive flourishment. Where is huh? Wait, give me a second. Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, oh. All right. Oops. One day I'm going to this thing in there. Me hydrated the holy temple with the Holy Spirit. Then we will start studying Cancer. Yeah. This is good. Now, the book we're going to study today, it's called The Practice of Magical Evocation by Franz Bardon. Again, before we move in, we would like to give a fair warning to the beloved brothers and sisters out there. If this is not your thing, you may want to leave. However, what we will not tolerate is people coming and tell us what to study, what to do, and how to do it. We will not accept you as our judge and coming over there and tell us we're going to hell because we're reading a book. We will not accept this. Now, beloved, thank you. We will flip to page 199. Okay? 199. If you have the book. Well, if you have the PDF, I'm not quite sure what page it is, but 199. All right? Page 199. The seals of this principle must be drawn in silvery white color. So if you're a Cancer and if you want to draw, let's see, 115. Wow. Nablum. Suspiciously sounds like Nabam, but anyway. It suspiciously sounds like this dude. 115. Let's see what's Nablum. Okay, all right. 115, Nablum. So if you're trying to do 115 here, give me a 1 if you can see it. 115 here, Nablum. Okay. All right. You can see it there. 115. So it has to be in silvery white. All right. So you have to draw this on silvery white. And this is Kokav. Okay, this is Kokav. So silver white, something like this. So because the moon is ruled by Levanahite, okay? Levanahite rule Cancer. I mean, I meant to say wool Cancer. All right, let us begin, beloved. Page 199. Nablum. Nablum, 1 degree of Cancer. Now, Bloom gladly gives the student information about the various degrees or levels of heat that are be applied when working alchemically and spagirically. This information is provided to the magician in the form of intuition and inspiration. However, since the degrees of heat are not the only consideration in the preparation of plants and metals, besides which there are other fluids which must be considered, for example, light, color, tone, sounds, vibration, etc. The magician can obtain this information from this principle as well. So Nablum, he provided you with certain information when it related to temperature when you're working with metals and alchemy. Okay, well, that's what Nablum does. Okay, all right. Nablum is well versed in all alchemical and spagirical operations, and the magician can learn much from him in this regard through inspiration. And one of those books that I was studying, one of those ancient manuscripts, it is said in Spain back in the Middle Ages, so to speak, around like when they were having the 100-year war, there was a monk. He was well known. He was so good with alchemy that I believe one of the queen, for lack of a better term, will say Queen Genevieve. This queen, she has her whole, when you have a palace or castle, she has a whole castle adorned with gold. I believe she was a Shemeshite, and she had like the street paving with gold, her clothes were with gold, and she won't let anybody work on her project except for this monk. And he come up, brothers, he come up with one of those formula, one of those alchemic formula, how you use deer blood to mix it with something else and turn it into gold, like pure gold. However, he gave a warning. Again, he named the ingredient, but the ingredient, for instance, he said deer blood. It may not be actually deer blood. It could be something that they for instance, something that they something like monkey blood. For instance, there is a remedy in the US. They call it monkey blood, but it's not actually monkey blood. It's a name called monkey blood. It's just call it like that. or dog blood. Somebody sent me a flower, a plant. Sister from DC sent me a plant called dog blood, and it's quite good, but it has nothing to do. Yeah, like dragon blood, but it has nothing to do with dragon. And the formula is quite complex. I have not till yet decipher what it is, but it is amazing. And you can see how you can read the story, and then you felt like how the queen has a deep interest in her, just like Queen what's the queen of Ethiopia name again that went and see Solomon? Bathsheba, is that what that is? What's her name again? I forgot. How did this escape me? She was pretty well. She was pretty good too. She was a high initiated, and she was among the best of the magician out there. And then she went and test Solomon, and then at the end she got her gift. Sheba, yeah, Sheba, not Bathsheba. Bathsheba was Solomon's mother. David, but Sheba, Queen Sheba. And at the end, she asked Solomon that ultimate gift. And she said, "Will you not deny me, my king?" And Solomon said, well, it was Solomon. What the hell you Oh, wow. It wasn't Sheba or Makeda. Solomon was like, "Hey, I'm freaking Solomon, man. What the hell you want me to do? Here's your gift. Go home, raise it. All praises to the Most High." So, yeah. So that's what Nabloom does. Oops. Give me a second. Nudatomy, Cancer, second degree. A student who is in contact with this principle can find out the details about volcanic eruptions on our Earth as well as earthquakes which are connected with them. Nudatoni can inform the student in advance when a volcano will begin to spew lava. Nudatoni himself or his servants can accompany the student, if he so wishes, to the subterranean world. All right, let me read that again. This is very important. All right, for the people that want more proof, there's actually a subterranean world. Where to highlight this? This is page 200. Now let me read this again, okay? Number 2, Nudatoni, okay? Nudatoni himself or his servant can accompany the student, if he so wishes, to the subterranean. Is that what that is? To the subterranean world through mental and astral travel, and show him hot springs. Listen to this: hot springs, stalactites, caves, and stalactites formations, hidden treasures, and under the wall, everything that can be found underground. You may know not only people live down there. There are hidden treasures. There are hot springs. There's fertile ground, river, freshwater ocean. If you study the book, The Smoky God, when that fellow got inside of this earth, so to speak, he fell into the ocean. He thought he was going to drown. And when he tastes the water, it tastes like fresh. He got energized. The water, the whole ocean, which is, he said the ocean is bigger than any of our ocean. It's literally fresh water. Now, you have the idea when during time of Noah, when the mighty one said the water was coming from above the earth and the sky and the firmament and underground, because there's water above and below. So the ocean that they have under the earth, inner earth, under the ground, busted up. The Most High busted up in the ocean. The water that is in the ocean came out. It is said a lot of this water is froze up in the South Pole and the North Pole, which makes sense. They froze up as glacier or glacier because that's where they came from. The waters were pumping from both sides. It was pumping from the north, it was pumping from the south. Once the Mighty One ordered some of them to close up, and then he froze the mouth. The glacier in the north, those are the water that came from underground. It freezes up. I believe there is a company out there that literally have ships, if you know the name of it, have giant ships in the North Pole cutting off those icebergs and sell the ice. It's and the water that is in the iceberg tastes differently. It's totally differently, Bridget, with the water that is coming from underground, like the wells and the well water. This water is different. The ice is different. This company, I believe it. Maybe it could be Glacier or Glacier. It could be. It could be this company, but they have they have ships. Those ships that they have, they don't travel in a straight line. You see, this is kind of like a ship. A ship travel in a straight line. Their ship, they call them icebreakers. Magnificent. They travel on. They travel sideways. When they travel sideways, they break the ice. It's amazing. If the ship travel, okay, all right. If the ship travel straight, it will get stuck in the ice. Okay. The ship travels sideways and then it break the ice. So the ship that is behind it can travel. Sometime in the North Pole, in the South Pole, certain ship got stuck. They send one of icebreakers ships. Most of them are powered by nuclear power. And it is said once you power those ships, they are good for somewhere around 25 years. If you power one of those ships, one of those aircraft carrier, it's what they call this again? It's nuclear powered, and it's powered for 25 years. After 25 years, they will go ahead and then they will change it and then wait for another 25 years. Yeah, crazy things. So that's your boy right there, Nuda Tony. Okay. This intelligence is also an excellent initiator in the field of pyrotechnics, namely when it comes to working with the electric and magnetic fluids. He also instructs the student how to magically achieve various pyrotechnical miracles with these two fluids. So pyrotechnic is another word, the ability to use fire to make the fire do whatever you wish. Like you can make the fire take the form of a cow, a bird, the phoenix, a bird, a woman, a man. You can literally control fire. You can warm up the whole city in certain way. You can heat up the whole city or your whole house, for lack of a better term. Jacquiel 3, Cancer. This principle knows all erotic secrets into which he can initiate the student. Jacquiel is willing to give the student the recipes for. Oh, put this thing on silence. Give me a second. I don't know how many times we answer this question, but yeah, I've been answering this question like forever. He gives. Wait, hang on. Jacquiel is willing to give the student the recipes for many magical potions, with which he can either arouse love or diminish it. Furthermore, this principle can give the student informations on how he can magically make himself popular and sought after by the opposite sex, how he can make himself attractive, and how he can make himself appear erotic. If the student wishes, this intelligence can disclose the most secretive arts of erotic magic. That's your man here, Jacquiel, number 3. Now, Jacquiel can show you how to make potion to be engaged in love, to make people love you, to sell it for people to love them, to be firm in love making, or to destroy your love, to diminish it. Let's say you have a serial rapist and all he been doing and is going around raping and stuff. Whatever that move, he rip it. So you give that guy something to drink and you destroy his drive. You destroy his drive. He won't know, and he won't be able to think about it. He can't do anything. Everything is destroyed. So you can either increase or diminish. Jacquiel can make you a handsome man or a beautiful woman. It can make you appear to be handsome, appear to be beautiful. If you're in this type of business, Jacquiel is your dude. Elalali. Elalali for Cancer. This principle is an excellent initiator when it comes to sympathetic or mumio magic. He gives the student information as to how he can achieve various effects with the help of the elements through mumio magic. Okay. Furthermore, he explained to the magician the influence that the electric and magnetic fluids have on nature. Hilali introduces the student to a very particular and up to now completely unknown methods of operation in the field of mumio magic. On the basis of specific magical mumio instruction by Hilali himself of his servants, the student can achieve so much things whichever would have been impossible. Again, mumio magic, it's like mummy, but the mummies that they've been showing you on TV, most of them are fake. When our ancestors preserved the body is preserved. It does not decay. When you pop up upon them, they do not. They felt like they were asleep. If you watch the movie The Covenant, anybody familiar with this movie, The Covenant with Ridley Scott? Okay, when the soldiers, when the scientists and the researchers stumble upon the tomb of the alien, they didn't look dead at all. In fact, they thought they were sleeping. That's a form of mummification. Even though some of them were dead and they don't look dead, their body was somewhat mummified. And it's like a thesis side. It's a thesis side effect. For instance, those guys, they know secret. They know for a fact there's a period on the earth. There will be a group of people that will rule for 400 and 500 years, and it's going to be total chaos. So they went to a secret place underground. They go to sleep for 500 years. And then during the time they're going to for that 500, 400 years to be up, and then they wake up. And then when they wake up, they know everything that's going on to the surface. They dress like you, talk like you, appear to be like you, and then they infiltrated and be around the surface and wait around until the mighty one gives the order and they will attack. Those guys got good stuff in their hands. Again, keep your eyes on the Caribbean. Keep your eyes on the little voodoo island, just in case. Emphalion 5, Cancer. Emphalion gives the student advice on how to attain a strong and healthy physique. Handsome and attractive facial features, fascinating eyes, and a youthful vigor, and preserve it until a ripe old age. There you go again. Another intelligence that can make you look young forever, even though you know you 4, 4, 5, 600. For instance, in Justice League season one, and Wonder Woman went shopping. She went to a mall, and she went to the mall, the section where they do the makeup for the women. And when she got there, she didn't know what it was because she from an island that they don't have that. She went to the mall and she saw there's a woman there that putting makeup on another woman. I'm gonna have to put this thing on silent. And there's like a woman that putting makeup on people, and then she turned around, she said, "Ma'am, would you like to try one of our new make stuff like that? You will Let's try it. If you like it, you can buy one get one free and stuff like that." And she said, why would I do that? Why would women wear something to cover their natural beauty? And the person that was doing the makeup find this offensive and called Wonder Woman skinny. He told Wonder Woman, he said, "Oh well, yeah, whatever. Get out of here. You get." He said something. She said something. She was a black woman though. They make sure they make that character black, saying, "Oh, you get out of here with your skinny ass." And then Wonder Woman look at herself. She said, "Skinny." So Wonder Woman went dating, and the guy say, "Oh, he's 20 or 30 years old." And when he asked Wonder Woman says she's 13,000 years old. The guy was like, "Okay, all right, then I'm dating a 13,000-year-old woman," and she looked like a young woman. She looked young. Those things they put them in the cartoon or movies. They are actually real. Some of our people were living till antiquities. They are still here. Some of the druids, some of the high priests, the one that achieved, very rare, the one that achieved, they are still here. They have their own society underground, above the stratosphere, on this earth. You don't even know where. Okay, so this thing can make you emphalion can make you young and healthy physique. People think like being healthy, healthy physique mean like you look athletic. You won't believe how many people that are athletic, they have an athletic body out there, they are not healthy, they die quickly of heart attack because it's what they've been putting on their body. The amount of drugs and steroids and all the creatine and all the nonsense they put in their body, they die. La, there was this bodybuilder. He's a black dude, and he had a short video on YouTube where he was posing. He was posing. You can feel like this dude run 20 miles. He posed for like a minute, and then you can every time he tried to hold his breath with a pause, a few days later, his kidney busted. He died. He had a healthy physique. His body looked like, yo, those guys are healthy, but he wasn't. A lot of those people online, especially the supermodels, like I see women or like want their body to be like that. When I talk to those people, certain one of them, and interview them, most of them are anemic. They have serious health issue, and they use their health issue. They made it into fashion because they can pretty much eat anything. Well, either they could. There's a is it bulimia or the other one? There's bulimia and there's another one. Boy, it's a other eating disorder. Okay, a healthy physique doesn't necessarily mean like somebody that look good. Anexoric and bulimia, I believe they are. Is it the same thing or they are different? Anoxia, anorexic, and there's bulimia. Is it the same thing? There's one of them that you can keep food down there and you keep throwing up. There's another one that you don't want to have food at all. you think every food make you fat or something. It's a serious thing. This thing is real, man. This thing is real. Okay. So you can have somebody suffer from this thing. They look great. They look great. You're like, wow, this person have a healthy physique, but okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, anorexia is starving. Bulimia is throwing up food. Okay, anorexia. This person don't want. I was watching a lady. She spent like 2 years, a year or two. She didn't eat nothing. She didn't eat nothing, and she's like, I like my body because I'm healthy. Well, eventually she did die. It's very serious, man. Body dysmorphia is a very real threat. I didn't know this until I'm doing research and I find out body dysmorphia. Talking about the body dysmorphia, there was this actor. She played Kick-Ass, that girl, and she was in New York. Let me see if I can find a video to show you how this thing. This is very serious. Let me see if I can find it. Or if I can find it at all. Just to show the people how those things can actually help you get through certain things. Um, huh. Wait a minute. I had it right here. Oops. There we go.
And those memes that circulate on social media can be hurtful. Actress Chloe Grace Moretz says when this doctored photo of her was compared to a Family Guy character, she was so upset she couldn't leave home.
It's a leggy snapshot of actress Chloe Grace Moretz carrying pizzas and wearing black short shorts as she heads into a New York City hotel. But look at the picture when it was shared online. An internet troll digitally changed it to make it seem as if her legs go all the way to her torso. Then it was turned into a nasty meme showing the 25-year-old actress alongside a Family Guy character. Hey, baby, do those legs go all the way up? Chloe says she found it so cruel, she became a recluse. This photo got manipulated with the long legs and the short torso, Chloe says in a new interview. Everyone was making fun of my body. The star of movies like Kick-Ass and Neighbors 2 says it caused her to feel super self-conscious, even leading to a case of body dysmorphia. Dennis Dunbar is a professional retoucher.
They took the top half of her and enlarged it and moved it down, so they basically eliminated her waist. So she had big giant legs and a extremely short torso, which looked like a circus freak.
Chloe says stepping out of the public eye during the pandemic gave her the time she needed to regain her confidence. But adds, to this day, when I see that meme, it's something very hard for me to overcome.
It's estimated about 2% of the population suffers from body dysmorphic disorder.
Okay, so now you got a little idea of body dysmorphic. Even though she doesn't look like that, somebody manipulated the picture. She's still having deep emotional issue of the way that she look. I know a fellow, and this guy always asks me. He's a Gentiles who used to work together. Well, not work together. He used to be one of those guy that work in higher places, and I used to be a security guard over there. And he always used to come to me and ask me, "Hey, man, from a man to another, you know, I mean, you're a big dude. I look big. Is this thing?" I'm like, "No, you don't look big. Does this thing make me look, fat?" I'm like, dude, you're not fat at all. Why would you think this? He always like he's a normal dude. He look athletic and stuff, but he always think that he is fat. He always come up, and ask me, how do I look? Some people, they have body dysmorphia. They look in a mirror, they see themselves as something else, and then they're trying to get surgery, other things, and you're like, yo, you look okay, man. Nothing is wrong with you. They went and get crazy things done. Body dysmorphia is very serious. And Falion, okay, All right. Emphalion can help you with that. Okay. The student received from Emphalion the appropriate instructions on how to prepare these remedies with which he can impregnate his body so that it will not be subject to decline of life. You heard that? When they say impregnated your body, brothers, they impregnated mean to feel, to. It doesn't have to. I mean, if you're a man, but big if I will need a uterus transplant. No, that's not what that is. Okay. All right. So impregnating me to feel. So he can show you how to feel your body to stay young forever until you decided. You know what? I've been living on Earth for the past 20,000 years. I'm tired of this old bull. I pretty much know everything, did everything. I'm leaving, I'm going to the spiritual realm. I'm tired. Okay. When a student has a good relationship with this intelligence, he will have the appearance of a young man even when he is already reached a ripe old age, or at least he will have the appearance of middle-aged person. The student will also be thoroughly instructed on the preparation of magical potion from a variety of plants from specific magical operation. He can give you the secrets of certain plants, okay? All right? Certain plants you can mix them with certain things. You drink them, you will stay young forever. And people would never know how old you are. Again, we give you the example of Mr. Miracle. He lived on the earth for like 1,000 years or so, I believe. Every time he get married, and his wives always notice he never get old. At one point in his life, and his wife, they were referring to him as his wife's son. And when she goes somewhere, she could not say, "This is my husband," because she was like in her 90s and he was Luke in his 20s. And say, "Oh, this is my grandson," but it was really her husband. And then the first wife died. He got another one, a young woman, and he never told her a secret. And then they grow old, and he never grow old. And after she was like, "Why? What's your secret?" He said, "I was born like this. I'm a new God." So things like that would show you those. They have those recipes, and all those books, brethren, they have them. Okay, it's just the Gentiles don't know. Okay, they don't know how to use it. They don't know. If they did know how to use it, they would have stayed young forever. They simply don't know, or they can't. Okay, it is up to us to find out how we're going to. Remember, we're going to rule a 1,000 years with the beloved brother. We're going to rule for 1,000 years rest. You're not going to die. I mean, all those things gonna pop up to you. Either they are automatically or just learn them. All this information they'll be on your hand, and then you will look young, has a healthy physique. You can run here to Europe underwater in a fraction of a second, and you stay young with the power of the Most High, things He created and put it them there for you to use. All right. Now, excuse me. Pliwoki 6 or Pliwokai. Pliwoki explains to the magician the actual purposes of the so-called message through the air, which are well known to most people in the Orient. Pliwoki has at his disposal appropriate methods with which the student, if he so wishes, can acquire the ability to send message even over far distance, not only to initiates, but also to completely uninitiated people. So Pliwoki or Pliwokai, he can show you how to send messages very far away. Okay, very far away, either telepathically or you just speak it like this that I'm speaking and the person can hear you. For instance, we got people all over the world watching this, but they're watching in their phone, TV, and stuff. They receive the message, but Plikorai or Pliwoki or Pliwokai can show you how to do this without technology. Okay? Not only to initiates or people that are uninitiates. Pliwoki will disclose these methods to the student at his request. The students learns about this phenomenon with the help of the electromagnetic fluid and the air element on the mental, astral, and at the times, even on the physical plane. So if you are Cancer and if you're Cancer, your element is already water. But if you are a person, let's say if you are anything out there, your element is air. Pliwoki can help you master that thing. He either learns how to achieve that by himself or with the help of beings, spirits, etc. The students will also achieve other similar phenomena with Pliwoki instruction, okay? Messages through the air. All right. Excuse me. Simon 7, Cancer. Simon gives the student information about the original mysteries and the original system of religion of the oldest nations on our earth. Of course, we see there is in all the signs, there always one of them that give you information about religion, so to speak. He also gives the student information in the regards to the magical phenomena these ancient people were capable of creating, especially the high priests. You know who they are talking about when they're talking about the high priests. Simon is quite conversant with the manner and circumstances under which the phenomena of the days of yore can be called forth today. At the student's request, this principle will initiate him in these methods in order that he may achieve such phenomena. This principle can also reveal the secrets of the levitation phenomenon to the magician. For example, how it can be brought about either with the help of beings or on the basis of specific power. Now, one thing I want to point out about levitation, for instance, okay, this is levitation. You can just levitate this. Okay, you can levitate yourself. For those of you who are familiar with Doctor Strange, he has a cape. Okay, he has a cape. The cape has a name. Levitation can be done by other beings, invisible being. You can tell the invisible being, bring this to me. This thing can lift it up and bring it to you. Other people cannot see it, but you can. Other being, whether they are angels or demons that have wings, they can literally grab you and fly with you in the sky. People think you're flying. All right, the cloak of levitation. He had a cape called the cloak of levitation. Okay, this cloak allow him to fly, levitate, and run. Those things actually exist, brothers. You can literally have one of those cloak or one of those clothes. You bound one of the spirits with it, and then you say, as long as I wear this cloak, as long as I wear these clothes, I can levitate and go anywhere I want. But you have to be a high initiate to do these things. Remember, those things don't disclose information to immature people. They keep telling us this. All right. How it can be brought about either with the help of beings or on the basis of specific powers and abilities which the student has acquired by controlling the electromagnetic fluid, and with whose help he can regulate and overcome the gravitational force of the earth, aka the ley lines. Okay, it can show you how to use beings and how to use the ley line to levitate. We've been telling people we will travel to the ley lines. And in the cartoon we discuss here pretty much all the time called Futurama, there's a mode of travel. They travel to the tubes. It's quite fun though, quite fun to look at. You travel to the tubes. That's how it is when you're traveling through the ley line, except the tubes are invisible through the people that are watching you flying. Okay, the pneumatic tubes, the tube just suck you up like a vacuum. Wherever you want to go, you just say New York City, please. If you're in Florida, the tube suck you from Florida, just sucking you up and drop you in New York. All those things, beloved, we can do those things, man. There's a reason those people, they fantasize. They're like, hell, even if we know we can do those things and we will never be able to do them, we will fantasize the hell out of them. Okay? All right? So that's what this fellow can help you do. These specific powers and ability permit the magician to withdraw the gravitational force from the earth, through which he can make himself and others as light as feather. For example, he can walk on water without sinking or rise with his physical body into the air. It is also a foregone conclusion that he will become capable of achieving this feat with any object he might choose. You can levitate a car. You can literally lift up a freaking mountain. Now you know how the brother was able to walk on water because he was a high initiate. All of the brethren used to do this. You can levitate. You can literally make a helicopter. Oh boy. Oh boy. Excuse me. You can literally make a helicopter drop out of the sky by messing with the gravity. You can make a tank floating in the sky. You know, thank you. You know what? Let me drink a little water. Oh boy. All right. Levitation. Thank you. Oh boy. What was that? I have something here. Do I have something here? Hydrated the holy temple with the Holy Spirit. So that's what that's what this thing can do. Okay, this intelligence can help you levitate. You know, some of us, if we can levitate, man, hey, you know, we can go anywhere we want. We don't care. You can outrun any missile. You can even outrun bullets. Somebody shoot a bullet at you, and then you just run, and then you can just avoid this bullet. You know, with levitation, with the power of, you know, levitation. This guy, his name is Simon. All right. Kiliki. Good to see you, beloved. Kiliki, 8, Cancer. Kiliki initiates the students into the mystery of rhythm and vibration. At the same time, he teaches him how to both rhythm and vibration can be employed magically in all sphere and planes. Kiriki is deemed to be the master of life, since life is really no more than rhythm and vibration, music. That's what life is, sounds. Life is music, rhythm, and vibration. He's a master. Okay? All right? That's Kiriki. Okay? Oramos, 9, Cancer. Oramos can give excellent information about occult abilities. Occult, again, mean hidden. You may want to define the word occult for those that are new here. Namely, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, sentience, psychometry. I'm not quite sure what psychometry is. Somebody define psychometry and clairsentience. Sentience. I believe clairsentience is when you know somebody's behind you, or when you know some presence that are in there. Thank you, beloved ER, for the super sticker. Okay, clairsentience. Okay, I'm not quite sure what clairsentience is. Okay, no, I didn't. I just read Losiman. I didn't skip it. I just read it. I didn't skip none. I just read that. Touching, is that what that is? Psychometry, learn to the supposed ability to discover facts about an event or person by touching inanimate objects associated with them. Intriguing. Psychometry. So, for instance, you want to know, I don't know, how Tupac died, how Biggie died, how Michael Jackson died. just touch their old clothes or something, a chair, something that belonged to them, a necklace, a watch, and this thing will tell you what happened. Clairsentience, perception of what is not normally perceptible. Good. Perception of what is not normally perceptible. That's good. Um, be able to see atom, photon. Wow, that's good. Be that's, jeez, that's good. Clairsentience. All right, didn't know this. Good. He can give the student a specific instruction for the manufacture of magic mirrors and how they are loaded with particular influences, etc. He can teach the student how to load a magic mirror kabbalistically. Should the magician be a consummate clairvoyant, he can learn from Oramus how to expand on his already acquired abilities in this respect. This principle also gives the student advice as to how he can acquire servant spirits for various purposes and how he must deal with them. Oramus also gives the student exact information for controlling this spirit for magical operation. If the student has a good relationship with intelligence, he can receive even more valuable advice. So now you have this fellow, okay, Oramus, which teach you all those things and also give you some secrets about mirror. For those of you, let me see if the beloved brother posted on the website. Give me a moment. Uh, the website is egocentrically called bigleyhigh.com. Let me see. Okay. Now, let me put the link on the description to the moderator. You can copy this link and paste it for the people that wish to do an experiment concerning mirror. Okay. If you want to see who's your enemy, all your enemy, we have a PDF and then the instruction for the homeworks if you wish to do that. And if you do, you may want to call us. And if you wish to give not permission, how do you call this thing again? Testimony, and we will gladly pass it through. This is the link to find a PDF for the exercise, which call Enemy Persecution Revelation Experiment. So if you wish to know about these things, that's what it is. If you wish to know about the mirror and things like that. Tarato, okay. Tarato 10, Cancer. The student learns from this principle how to influence the weather through the magic of water, the electricity and magnetic fluids, through magical ritual, through the cosmic language, and more. Whosoever has a good relationship with this principle can make it rain or stop raining at his discretion. And he can also direct lightning and have it strike in a particular direction or cause it to hail. In short, he can do and evoke everything connected with weather. Tarato, according to what I just read, okay, let me tell you Tarato ability he can give you, okay. Whosoever has a good relationship with this principle can make it rain or stop the raining at his discretion. He can also direct it lightning and have it strike in a particular direction or cause it to hail. In short, he can do and evoke everything connected with the weather, make it snow, anything with the weather, tornado. According to Tarato, which one, if you are into this type of thing, which person you will most likely, brother beat me to it. All right, which person you will most likely attribute her and the X-Men, whatever, stuff like that. I'm not quite sure how long it will take to develop relationship with them. You have to be I'm not a high initiated, but I would advise, read all three of books, know what they do, wrote down the one that you love and you like. Once you become initiated to Hogwarts, and then you can communicate with them, and then you will build a relationship with them. Okay, Storm from the X-Men is, man, Storm is like the Okay, if you're familiar with a DC, you can have weather weather wizard. You know what? Weather wizard actually have a freaking one, and he's a black man. Weather wizard from who else can control the weather? Storm, weather wizard, and huh. I believe those are the two ones that have weather power. But with lightning, you got lightning lad, lightning lord. You have well, quite a few of them. You can do those things. You can do this ability. All right, that's on you. Oh, the Wonder Twins can control weather. Amazing things, brothers. Sounds crazy, but hey, that's what that is. Tarato, okay? Oromor. Oromor 11, Cancer. This principle knows all the high magical mysteries, for instance, the mysteries of initiation of the zone girdling the earth and our physical world. Not only does it teach the student these mysteries intellectually, but he also knows how to awaken the student's intuitions and inspiration through his emanation to such an extent that the student will actually have complete command over all the mysteries of wisdom from a universal point of view. This principle could be deemed to be the conveyor of magical enlightenment. Timako 12, Cancer. And the zone girdling the earth, Timako initiates the student into all the transmutation secrets of powers, effects, etc. In our physical world, he initiates the magician into the transmutation secrets of plants, minerals, and metals. This principle can be considered in the guardian the guardian of true alchemy. All right, Timako. Nimalon 13. Nimalon, every student who deals with invisible beings and intelligences and who possibly is conversant with the Kabbalistic teaching must have frequently experienced the difficulty of translating the cosmic language and the language of the beings into the intellectual language. Nimalon can assist the student by giving him appropriate methods to acquire the ability to explain, express, describe, and interpret the cosmic language and the language of the being and intelligences thereof. Nimalon is a fabulous initiator of all intellectual languages when it comes to the form of expression. For instance, finding the correct words to express oneself properly so that everyone understands what is being said. He's more like a translator. He's more like a dude that help you with languages. So that's what that is. Kamalo 14, Cancer. Kamalo, this principle, is well informed about the greatest secrets of magical knowledge. He can reveal ways to the student and also familiarize him with specific methods with which to achieve invisibility. All right. Invisibility is something that I love very much. And I was messing with one of the experiment that Solomon gave. I couldn't do in it because I didn't have a freaking cavern or cave. Okay. And the experiment seems it's so those books were written like hundreds of years ago, probably thousands, and they give you thing to put in a cave. I'm like, what the hell am I going to find a cave? I can't find a cave. Then I find one that says you can actually use buried. You can buried one, and then of course you have to be an initiated for it to work. So invisibility is cool, man. If we had the power of invisibility, we could have done a lot, man. We could have you could have done a lot, man. You know, walk anywhere. Remember the story about this dude? He made an invisible ring, and then what did he use it for? Yeah, David indeed used invisibility. Him and the other guy, they use invisibility. The guy making an invisible ring. You would have thought making an invisible ring would have be the best thing for you to go study, go places. Or if you see there's a MS something, you activate, you just press this, click, you're invisible. No. He went and messed with the queen. He went and messed with the queen. The king find out the queen never want to leave her chamber. The king like, what the hell? That woman had this house. She always want to go out, but she always in her room and at that specific time. And then the king tasked one of the servants, to watch over and see what this dude, what the queen is doing, and then come to find out, this queen will let the door or the windows on, and people will hear some noise, and then when they look and they see the queen alone. But sometimes this dude take off the ring, and then he appeared. They're like, oh, okay. And then he got caught by the king. They cut off his head. Okay, let me give you the name of the book so you can check it. Okay, this book, it is say you need to be 40 years old to read it. Hey, typing the name. Oops. A marvelous book. If you can find it in French, it's extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. The English version is butchered, but it's like crazy. Yeah, they will give you the story about the monk that can turn anything in gold, and this guy, he made this. You made a ring that can turn you invisible. Who you mess with? The queen. Like, yo, you could have do anything except for that. He felt like he could have never got caught. So crazy, man. The French version is better, but yeah. The student can make himself invisible with Kamalo's help. For instance, he can enter all spheres mentally, astrally, if necessary, physically, without being perceived or detected by anyone there. The ability to make one's invisible wherever they need arises in very special ability, and only a very few magicians have perfected it. Now, again, beloved, with the ring, when you make yourself invisible, everything is silent about you. You can knock something down, only you can hear it. They can't. You can see yourself, but they can't see you. When you look in the mirror, you cannot see yourself, but you can see your hand. You can see your hand. You can hear you talk, but no one can see you. They cannot hear anything. You can knock something, or you can go ahead, you walk around, they won't hear you. You can hear everyone. Yeah. That's what it is. You essentially become a ninja, a shinobi ninja, man. One of those assassin ninja. You become they can see you, but you can see everyone. Not even the camcorders or pictures or photos or cameras can take photos of you. We told you there's a brother in the nation that his father died and left him a talisman that can make him like this, but because of fear and stuff, Christianity, he threw it away. He was definitely afraid of it, throw it away. When the brother and I was studying, and then he brought this to my attention, he said, man, I made a huge mistake. His father was Haitian. His father gave him this talisman. He threw it away. And then we both know how to make it. We're just like, damn, this is heavy. Like, God damn, that's like, damn, it's easy, but it's heavy. It's heavy to make this thing, man. Quite heavy. But it is possible. Some of you, if you know how to make this thing, you're like, hey, F it, man. I don't give a crap. I'll make this. There's absolutely no zero consequences, but it is heavy. Anyway. All right. Excuse me. Nimtrix 15, Cancer. Nimtrix, through the appropriate methods, this high initiative of magic will teach the student how to dematerialize and materialize any object to a destination of his choosing. Should the student request it, he can have a dematerialization and materialization carried out by being which Nimtrix place at his disposal. You understand? You know what that is? Dematerialize and materialize something powerful, a form of teleportation. Disassemble, reassemble something. Can you imagine you dematerialize your car and then you rematerialize it in an instant? Can you imagine you put a being in your car, you tell this being, you give it the order, and then you're driving, and then you're about to hit something and your car dematerialize. And then you pass through whatever that thing was, and then it rematerialized into the car again. You just drove out. Can you imagine moving? You just dematerialize everything in your house, and then they automatically rematerialize in your new home. Can you imagine you have a moving business helping people move, and you don't have one truck, you don't have one dolly, no you all. You have no employee. All the person wants to do is just go to your website, and then you give them like a symbols to put there, and then once they pay with their credit card, and then they say, okay, I'm ready, and then they say the word dematerialize, everything rematerialize is already on the apartment. Crazy, man. Crazy. Wow. Carlote 16. Carlote is a phenomenal authority and master of cosmic laws. At the same time, he can give the student information about the divine virtues. He instructs the students on this subject matter and inform him how to divine virtues become effective as far as cause and effective in consideration of lawfulness in the microcosm and macrocosm. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, I don't know if those folks are watching. I've been quite busy lately studying stuff like that. Thank you for all of you that sent your phones. I have received all of them. And thank you for the iPhones. I received them, and the beloved sister Belinda, thank you. I have received those things. I received them yesterday. I just forgot to tell the nation. Thank you so much. The masters will be pleased. Now, next step is to get them there, which is going to be a nightmare, but they will get there. All right. Thank you so much. I forgot to mention this. I'm gonna have to call the folks to let them know. Is Quai1 17, Cancer, makes the student aware how far-reaching divine love, mercy, and all the parallel divine virtues in all spheres and planes are in regard to righteousness, justice, harmony, and lawfulness, and to what extent all of them are effective. For instance, the influence they exert. The student learns from Isqualion how to distinguish these etheric secrets. A student who is in contact with this principle not only knows about all karmic effects and consequences in all the spheres, but very high Kabbalistic secrets of the divine emanation are also revealed unto him. All right. Sikasti 18. Sikasti teaches the student about the most profound analogies and secrets of evolution in the microcosm and macrocosm. The student learns from Sikasti, even though it is from the perspective of this intelligence, the act of creation of all existence and the matter of which divine providence intended to be. Abagrion 19, Cancer, is a master of formula magic A student who is in contact with this principle will learn how to make use of the various magical formula and at the same time learn about the magical efficacy in the mental, astral, and physical realm. Planes, of course. Abagrion can give the student many formulas to protect him and from negative and undesirable influences from the various spheres. So now, again, when you're traveling to various spheres, there are things that are so undesirable. They're also disgusting. You really don't want those things to come nowhere near you. So this guy can give you protection against those things. Just like there are things that are so much nice, agreeable, so to speak. There are things that are quite disagreeable. There are things that are not too nice, and you don't want those things to come nowhere near you, unless you are into this type of things. Okay. All right. Kibigili 20, Cancer. The student learns from this principle the ability to carry out evocations of subordinates being with his mental body in the zone girdling the earth. And again, brothers, like we said, we are studying things that are in the zone girdling the earth only so far, because they got things in the zone girdling the sun. They got the beings in the zone girdling the moon, girdling the astral sphere, girdling this. It's a bunch of sphere. It's a bunch of sphere. When you go, each of them got sphere. So we still under one girdling the earth. Okay, if you don't know anything about the being and the girdling the earth, how you want to go to Madim or Noga or Kokav, they will question you. They say, okay, do you know my boy Gibiligi? Gibigili? Gibigili? Do you know him? Yeah. No, hey, it's my nigga. We go up in the hood together, man. Yeah, so So let me in. I won't let you in. Like you get out of here, son. But if you know about the zone, the entities that are in your zone, they're like, this guy want to learn, coming in. They will teach you all the stuff. Okay, that's why we always have to, learn things in our own house. We learn about ourselves, and then we go ahead and go learn about somebody else. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah. It is, of course, considerably more difficult to carry out an evocation in the zone girdling the earth only with the mental body, because the student lacks any kind of mnemonic acid. The student will receive from Gibiligi detailed information about everything that can be achieved with this kind of evocation. Arakuson, 21, Cancer. Arakuson teaches the student about the cause, the purpose, and the effect or consequence of various laws. Besides that, he can lead the students to a profound wisdom. Like many of the principles of the zone girdling the earth, Arakuson can be deemed the high priest of magic. All right? If you want to learn the secrets, Arakuson is a high priest of magic, so to speak. Magio, 22, Cancer. The student learns from this principle how to set up in motion laws that therefore powers directly from the zone girdling the earth, those that realize themselves on the mental, astral, and physical planes. Magio allows the students to penetrate deeply into the divine emanations, for instance, into the divine's providence workshop. Damn! Oh, wow! Woo! Man, that's deep. Magio allows the student to penetrate deeply into divine emanation, for instance, into the Mosai's workshop. Woo! Can you imagine this, brothers? That's like a child have you. That's like you contact one of those being and you are a kid, But this is just an example, Bridget. I'm taking. You have access to Santa Claus workshop. You go ahead, you see how those elves are literally making the toys. And Santa just sit there and then just give the orders. You see the whole workshop, how things are made. Like, damn. It's like Willy Wonka, man. You go into the factory and see where the chocolate is actually made. How they made it, where they get the plates, the Oompa Goompas fellow. You saw everything. Like, damn. I mean, yeah, I eat chocolate, but you actually see how it makes. And this guy can show you this thing. He can give you access. He could be one of the supervisors. Okay. This is just an example, Bridge, and that's what they are singing. The Mighty One Workshop, you literally see the most at work. You see the man himself crafting planet, stars, all the beings, all the new things he didn't create in this universe. In this universe, he created, and you're just witnessing this. Can you imagine that, man? Can you imagine this? You, sir, as an alcoholic, have a private tour to the whiskey factory, show how this whiskey is made. And then they asking you, hey man, the Messiah say, give him a tour and make sure you give him some gift and stuff and don't charge him. He's my child. And then you get all kind of system. You got access to things or the people with they never get access to that, and they never will. Beautiful, man. That was my gear, okay? The really sin is sin. The really sin. Wow. The really sin 23 Cancer. The really sin is initiator and master of space magic. The magician learns from him to become master over time and space, not only on our physical world and in the zone girdling the earth, but also in all the other sphere of the macrocosm. Wow, that's good too. Only a mature, there you go. This is where they got you, Big Levi. Only a mature student can truly understand the real significance of being a master over time and space in all spheres. Okay, the magician received detailed information from the really seen as to how he can make full use of the ability magically. So the really seen give you the knowledge to be master over time and space. It literally make you into a god. Literally can make you into a god. You can travel in the past. You can travel in the future. You can travel here to another galaxy, here to another universe, here to another universe, and universes, and something that is beyond the universe in a fraction of a second. Master of time and space. Akahimo, 24, Cancer. For the purpose of emanation. You know what? I keep getting this word. I keep forgetting the meaning of emanation. Okay. Somebody give me the meaning of emanation. Okay. The student learns from this principle to understand and control the various degree of vibration of divine virtues, attributes, and power that originate from the Akasha principle of the zone girdling the earth. The significance of this ability cannot be expressed in mere words. Of course, it can. Of course, in mere words. Only experience. You can, certain things, brothers, you have to experience them. That's like, let me see, emanation, abstract but perceptible thing that issues or originates from a source. All right, yes. Certain things you have to experience them. That's like you starving, and then you had a fat guy sitting in front of you describing a taste of a burger to you when you never had any burger. You from a starving world, and you got this dude sitting there explaining to you how good it tastes. And then he said, like, man, that's the best thing I ever. No, the only way for me to experience, I have to taste it too. Aragor. Aragor. It sounds like we're in Middle Earth here. Aragor 25, Cancer. Aragor gives the students the opportunity to look into the workshop of divine providence by employing appropriate methods and purification processes and recognize and experience the reciprocal interrelations between the Akasha principle and the divine light of the first emanation of divine providence. Now I'm starting to understand. Like Enoch went to the workshop of the mighty one. Enoch actually did this because Enoch pretty much see everything. Okay. Okay. Aragog. Now you see what Aragog, where they get the Aragog was Hagrid giant spider in one of those Harry Potter movies. You see where they get Aragog to Araga and Middle Earth, Aragon. All right. Granona 26. Granona gives the student the means by which he can call forth various visions. These visions can occur in a trance, while asleep, or in a futuristic dream, or vision that are called forth through the magic mirror. With the help of these visions, the student reaches the cosmic connection in the region of the interplanetary sphere. And the manner of the magician can recognize through Granona the causes and effects in the planetary sphere, which are reproduced either in pure form or symbolically. Zagol 27. Zagol teaches the student the student cosmic spheric magic. Not quite sure what that is. If the student transfer himself with the mental body into the sphere, for example, the zone girdling the earth, where he can practice ceremonial magic, from that sphere he can evoke beings from other spheres just as well as if he were to evoke beings from other spheres onto our physical planes. Well, oh wow, okay. The laws which have to consider for such operation can be obtained from Zagol. I was gonna say this. Yes, there is a law for that. Okay, Zagor. What that guy does, he allow you, if you travel in the zone girdling the earth in that sphere, he can make you call a being that is from the zone girdling the moon and to come in the zone girdling the earth if you need his or her help while you are in the zone girdling the earth. Menolika 28. Menolika is a master of the Kabbalah, for instance, the divine liturgy. The student is taught how to use the divine names Kabbalistically by this principle for the various spheres. Furthermore, he learns from Menolika the Kabbalistic point of view regarding the various virtues of the divine emanation, their cause and effect in the individual planetary sphere. Again, this is what I'm reading here. Planetary sphere. For fasten, 29, Cancer, draws the student's attention to the various system of wisdom and showing him his own individual path, which he will travel as soon as he has reached a certain level of maturity. In the zone girdling the earth, this principle is considered the guardian of the key of wisdom. So you really, if you want to learn things, you need to see my man for fasten. All right. Last one. Charantona, 30, Cancer. Charantona teaches the student various magical practices with the Akasha principle on the basis of the specific methods. Charantona shows the student how various magical operations have their causes and also their effects directly in the Akasha principle. Charantona is an outstanding authority of the laws that cause and add effect, for instance, karma. All praise, glory, go to the Most High. All praises. Give the Most High a hand, beloved. We're done with Cancer. Tomorrow we will take up Leo. See, did I drop? Great glory, brethren. Great glory, great glory. All praises to the Most High. Yes. all praises and glory goes to the mighty one. All praises. We learn a little something. We learn. No, this dude like that, man. Huh. All right. Thank you for the masters. They will have it. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for all of you that being here, study, help the nation. I think somebody were asking question. If you have any question, please ask them because we were doing this. We just have a little knowledge, brethren. We don't want to be proud and go out there. Hey, we studied this book and that book and stuff. We're going to do Leo. We were supposed to stop at Leo, but we will do Virgo last. The last one, Kawanton, the last one, he's a master of karma. So karma or karmic law, it's so extensive, it's so big. So if you want to know what karma is, true karma, you have to go through him. That's what it does. It teaches you about certain karma, karmic laws, certain things that, hey, don't do this. If you do these specific things, it will happen to your fourth, fifth generation of children. They will be cursed. If you do this, you will never be able to be reincarnated. You will be reincarnated as a spider. You'll be reincarnated as owl. The worst one is a pig. If you do these things, and things like that. So that's what he gives you wisdom. He's the key of wisdom. If you want to know anything, before you want to know how to fly, levitation, you really want to see those guys first. You want to see guys like Charaton, the guys that deal with wisdom, the guy that deal with your mental mind when you're dealing with magic, spirituality. You go see them first so your mental mind will stay sane. You will stay, well, for lack of a better word, non-crazy, because certain things that you go learn in the spiritual realm, you came back bat-ish crazy because you did not have the proper training, the proper method. You went out there, you exposed. That's like you went out there in a former nuclear test field, butt naked. You went in there, you saw certain things, and when you come back home, you get sick, radiation. To go there, you need the knowledge to put a suit on you, to do certain things, certain preparation. When you get there, certain place you can't go. Even you have the suit will be melted. So when you come back, you can properly dispose of the suit and go to a purification so you can stay sane. Before you go ahead and try and do all of those things, you go learn what are they. They sounds cool. But what would happen if I use them? Can I disclose them online? Can I disclose them in the group? Can I disclose them at all? So you need to go to the basic first, the one that teach you the wisdom, the knowledge. Then you will understand when you get there. First of all, if you are going to the astral plane or the physical realm, is two things. Either we have a young woman in the nation. Well, not in the nation, but we know young women. She was recently taken. They come to her home. They just literally took her to this place, to the spiritual realm, and she has a testimony for the nation. And she saw certain things, and she will disclose it. It's really hard though, because there are certain things they told her don't talk about that, and she doesn't speak English. It's gonna be a translation thing, so I'm gonna have to. If this is what you wanna do, I'm gonna do it. Remember when we used to do it, brethren? When we used to do the podcast, through connecting things, I may have to switch back to Windows again so I can connect it everything, and then bring her, and she will talk. I will translate it, things like that. Okay. Yeah, we used to do that all the time. Okay, some of our people, she was taken there physically. Okay, they had to take it there. So if you are one of those people and you heard this thing sounds cool to you and you do not practice the proper discipline to go over there, first of all, it's not something you just go there. Wow, I'm seeing stuff. No, you have to announce, like You know what that is when you have a home and then somebody knock on the door and then when you open it's some friend. He didn't call you. He didn't announce him. He didn't say anything. That's rude. And then he come to your house at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know how rude that is? And then when you like you shock, you like, yo, what happened? What's going on? I mean, just coming over there and just chill, man, get a beer and stuff. Yo, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. Today's Monday, man. I gotta go to work. Hey, let's get a beer and Haitian stuff like that, man. I'm not doing nothing at home. You know how rude that is? First of all, there are rules, there are hours. You can't just pop up in there. Okay, there's a lot of things you have to prepare yourself and make sure that you can't go there, you never be able to come back in your body anymore. So when you have to go there, you have to get a guide. That's why Enoch didn't just tell you he went to heaven, he walked, he didn't have there's nobody. There are people there, they don't give a crap because I'm mother loving Enoch, man. Nah, man, the first thing Enoch got, they came and get Enoch. And then everywhere he wanted to go, in the workshop of the Most High, he had people showing them, hey, this is where we make this, that's the portal of that, and stuff. Did you know Enoch, it's because he was, quote unquote, in the heaven, he could not literally die because Enoch keep dying. Enoch sees stuff that are so outraged, so shocking. His soul left his body, he died. And then they have to just lift it up Enoch, and then the angels don't know what happened. And they have to ask Enoch, what is it that you saw that made you die? And Enoch said, this terrible place over there. What is that? Oh, that place, that's the place at the end of the day, those politicians and stuff like that, those scum that destroy the earth, this is where they're gonna go. Everywhere Enoch has to go, he has to go people with him. You can just go like that and just do whatever the hell you want to do, man. It don't work like that, son. You have to be prepared. And then you have to come, you have to ask your guardian angel permission to go there, and then they will call the guide. Once you get there, somebody come and say, welcome. How can I help you? What is your purpose here? What do you want? What do you want to know? Where can I get you? Yes, I'm here. I want to know more about the wisdom that our people had lost and we had gone astray from the Mighty One. I'm here to relearn them, please. Come, follow me. Your name is Big Levi, right? Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm actually subscribed to your channels. Get a little drink, a little laugh. Say, this is the library. What do you want to know? Well, I want to know specifically which law that we went away from, what practice and ritual that we had abandoned and reject. And then they will instantly show it to you. What else? I want to know how can I teach it to my brothers and sisters, not by books, but to instant telepathy. And then they say, well, I can't teach you that. The other guy do. Would you like me to transfer it to you? No, not today. I have to go ahead and process that. I will be back tomorrow. You have a good day now, Mr. Big Levi. Thank you. And then you come back into your own world. You process that. You processing it because it's a lot, man. They just giving you an instant wisdom. You have to learn it, and then you go there, you learn telepathy, you come back, and then you share it with your people that needs to be shared. You can just go over there and do whatever. Gentiles always make it seem like, yeah, I travel to the spiritual realm. I see God, that, what's up with him and stuff like that. Well, he doesn't exist. No planet exists, nothing exists and stuff. It doesn't work like that, man. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen to your sister Swagger Jack. Let me see. I've got a sister that stole from my mother until I got involved. What will happen to her? Not something good. I can tell you that much. Not something good. Yeah, that's what that is, man. We can. I understand, brethren. We want to learn the things that is the coolest, but that's not how it works. You have to build from the bottom. You learn the essential, the basic first. Once you become mature, because they keep telling you they ain't gonna mess with immature people. Once you become mature, then you evolve to something that is better, and then they will disclose things to you. And you have to be gratitude. You have to always show gratitude. Okay, you say thank you, and then after, when you come back into this realm, you give someone, I don't know, an anana, a bottle of warm, some vodka bottle, something to give them as a thanksgiving. Nothing is free. And then you teach a brother, you teach a sister. Before you teach anyone, you acquire the ability to read people's mind and read their body, read their soul, read their spirit. So you will gather a bunch of brothers and sisters together, and then you will know automatically which one of them gonna BS their way around, and which one of them is going to waste your time, and which one of them that all about that work. And then you get all the people that all about this work, and then you travel to another plane where there is land under the earth, above the earth, wherever on the earth, and then you throw a crystal over there. You build a giant crystal city, and then you start populating it with people that they are the cream of the crop. You bring them there. We taught, we learn, and then you wait out the other stupid dumbasses. They'll just kill themselves. They'll just do something stupid and kill themselves. The rest that are left that want to learn, and they come and learn with you. But you don't teach this thing to everybody, man. Okay. Well, the protection of the mind. Listen, you see your mind, it's a constant broadcast. Your mind are transmitting thoughts all the time. So you need something that can block those thoughts. One, keep them there. Two, you need something that thoughts cannot get in there, because things influence you. You see how you watch a movie and you see some action, you're like, man, you imagine yourself doing it. Like you see the Flash running fast, or Superman lifting things, or this person find $1 million. It influences you. There are certain people, certain way that they talk. That person started to influence you. It depends. If this is a positive influence, but if it is negative, you need to protect your mind. You need to call the other, because the moment you pop up in the quote unquote spiritual realm, all the beings that are there instantly know what you are doing. That's why Solomon said you always have to get something, a cap and something wrapped around your head that have symbolic things that say, don't read this. I'm the Most High. You don't read my mind. That's why those things say, this is the Most High. You don't read him. And those things will back off. So you protect your mind. I do that all the time. A seal. Most of those people that evoke demons, they don't protect their mind. They just want money and stuff, and then they just evoke anything, and this thing appear unto them, and then this thing just appear like, and then that thing know what they want is already laugh at them. I want power, money, and respect. And like, yo, man, I want so much money, dog, gang, man. And this thing, like, you ask him for something that he doesn't have, he stole it, give it to you, and then when you die, make you walk 500-600 years, fulfill this thing, and then when you incarnated again, he come after you, make you walk for another 400-500 years. When you reincarnated again, all your life you spent like 10 reincarnation doing the same thing over and over. If you see someone keep talking like they don't care about life, I don't give a crap. I don't give a S. I don't give this. I don't care. Life is BS. That means they've been doing this for a very long time. A person like this, you just stay away from this person. You stay away, especially Gentiles. All of a sudden, they don't care about life anymore because they cannot enjoy this blessing. You are sent here to learn a lesson and more importantly, to teach one. So protect your mind. Protect your mind is very fragile. You may not know this. It's very fragile. Protect it. All right then. Okay. You're welcome. Anybody have any question? I will leave you in peace if anybody have no more questions. Got 10 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes to go. Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. Once, even before you go enter those things, you have to go in prayer, man. Go in prayer and ask your angels, this for me. I love this knowledge, but What if I have this thing and then I harm somebody with it? Or you just say you don't want to harm people, you want to do good stuff, you know? Anybody that come to harm, what I would have suggest, Brethren, what would have do if you become, well, okay, one of those things came and literally take you, go to spiritual realm and initiate you on certain things. First thing would have done, I would have like learned everything that I need to learn, and then I would put things automate. I would automate everything. Automate first protection. Protect myself from anybody, any other entities or anyone that wish to do me harm. If they send something after me, I don't even need to know this person name, who they are. I will put things there, install things there. The moment they send this thing will take it, multiply it 10 times and drop it on this person. I would make sure whoever said anything, even the slightest thing, so even the thing they said as sarcasm, I'll make sure this person is have to go to another reincarnation. I will make sure that this person have to multiply anybody's karma and make them know for a fact your karma is multiplied because you had attacked or did something specifically to this brother. The next thing, sharing my knowledge with people that are supposed to be learning these type of things. Build things. Go around, build secrets, thing other people cannot see. Help my people. Once we assemble a fair amount of team, a fair amount of people, and then we go out there wrecking shop, man. Because this work, you cannot do it on your own. We already did the fibroid cure. It's on the website on bigliva.com. You might want to go to homework or ask questions. The people will give you the cure for fibroids. I believe fibroids is not cancer, but some type of cyst. We had given the stuff in there. Again, for those of you that wish to learn to know who's your enemies, to appear in your dream, and it's on the website. We already put the PDF there. All right, we have to be very careful, brothers. I understand, like those things they are so magical, and then we ran to something we thought that would be. Most of the time, when something sounds too good to be true, be very careful. Remember, they warn you. They say if you probably thought that you are mature enough, and then you stumble upon this power that is so great. And then the Most High, he literally will tell you, do as you please, my son. Do as you please. Especially the best thing, especially if you know the karmic law, and you will know the do's and the don't. Sometimes somebody might do something to you. You cannot do anything extreme to this person. The karmic law are very good to know. Okay, basic unit, because we are moving to another level, man. We are not in the same. We learn the law, the natural law, the law of the Most High, the 10 Commandments. We pass that. We have to keep moving, learn new things, and then we'll be transformed. All those things that are in this book we just read, we can do all those abilities. But again, like they warn you, they will not give this to immature people. Okay, if they know you're gonna use these things to make something ignorable out of it, they ain't gonna give it to you, man. And no wonder they haven't do anything with me yet, because they probably senses that I probably going to take something, and my pride and my ignorance and my eager to show the people how much we learn, to prove certain brothers, certain scum out there we were right, and I ended up doing something stupid. So I need to mature, pray more, ask for more guidance. And then when I'm ready, it will happen. And when you're ready, it will happen. You know? But we need to learn the basic. We need to learn before we know how to levitate, fly through the ley line. You might fly through the ley line, you may never be able to land. You just fly until your body disintegrated into dust. If I fly to the ley line, where am I gonna go? That's like you as a child watching TV. You see those guys, those Fast and Furious guys, are driving and stuff. In the car, it's all Hollywood, and to you it look real. And then you find a way. I don't know. You swagger jack of one of those super car. You get in it. You try to drift. You hit a tree. That's it. Yeah, we are in boot camp. We are learning, man. That's another process. Learning, you know. All right, beloved. I will leave you at peace. I will leave you with peace. I will leave you in peace. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we may do I have to tomorrow we may have the prayer. What the hell am I saying? We may not, but don't look onto it. If we don't, we will come back tomorrow for Leo. If you're a Leo, you know, I only know one Leo Shemeshite. Leo are very unique. Okay. Yes, there's a massive MS Enoch question. There's literally no break for these people, man. All right, beloved, it's gonna be 9:30. Okay, Leo, you are next. Going to prayer, and then tell the Most High thank you is returning things to you. So to the cancers, that's what you have in your home, in your house. You study them. You know, you become acquaintance. Brothers, everything that we study, we don't have to do them. We may not be able to do none of these things. We may do something completely different, which is a hell of a lot easier than go to all these things. You may not one day you wake up, you know everything instantly. I don't know. I'll say fast, pray, repeat, repeat. May the king reign forever.